Today. Now going on to the business blunder of the day, you have General Motors. More bad news, unfortunately. The GM AI vehicle Cruise crushes a woman in San Francisco. Dear God, it's gotten so violent, even the robots are rebelling. I was going to say it's going to be detrimental for the 5 businesses that are still left there. Now, this looks like to be a first. And it looks like this autonomous driving system, the woman was hospitalized after the firefighters were able to free her from under the driverless Cruise AV. And this was because it looks like she was... The video of the Cruise vehicle is viewed by CBS News showed the woman crossing against the light, getting hit by the sedan, and she was then launched into the path of the self-driving car. Although I was told these robots can respond in nanoseconds, even if she was shoved into the path, shouldn't it be able to magically stop? Or was it by design? Was GM really after this person? Perhaps. Obviously, maybe not. But nevertheless, it looks like in terms of specific of the incident, this is, quote, at approximately 9:30 p.m. on October 2nd, a human-driven vehicle struck a pedestrian while traveling in the lane immediately to the left of the Cruise AV. The initial impact was severe and launched the pedestrian directly in front of the AV. The AV then braked aggressively to minimize the impact. The driver of the other vehicle fled the scene, and at the request of the police, AV was kept at its place, unquote. San Francisco police are still investigating the crash. Yeah, that'll never get solved. If you look at crime in San Francisco, the odds of that crime getting solved is not 0, but it is perhaps 0.0000003, conceivably. It's one of those phenomenons where, can't get what you vote for. They famously voted to, instead of having crime or theft being a felony, up to $950 is now a misdemeanor. So it just gets kicked down, and pleaded down. So there's so much rampant crime. It's pretty much third world country in many regards. Now it'll be interesting to see, will it really impact the public's perception of these vehicles, which have nobody controlling it? It looks like Cruise operates about 400 self-driving vehicles across the country, and they've never had a fatal accident. And of course, they claim they're complying with San Francisco authorities. And I don't know, I think there's always people that are going to be afraid of the ghost in the machine. Well, also if you work in cybersecurity, they can be hacked and overtaken. So I think there's always going to be these people who distrust autonomous vehicles. But again, given the fact that in this case they're pushed into the path, it's not like the vehicle made that decision to actually hit the person yet, where you have all these crazy scenarios of where people are discussing ethics, and you have the vehicle that's going a certain rate of speed, you have 2 people in front of it, and it has to decide, who to hit. That's a very fascinating cultural topic of discussion. How would the computer make the decision that people would define as the best? So we haven't gotten to that dystopia scenario yet. In this case, it's just some push out of the way. But does this change your perception with all of these vehicles? Would you be more likely to hop in one and trust your life to it? Or would you prefer, like myself, getting a vehicle that you can actually control? Better yet, having one with 3 pedals, also known as a stick shift, aka a manual transmission, and an internal combustion engine that will last, well, probably about 25 years, quarter century and 1,000,000 miles. Reliability is a rare, beautiful thing. But nevertheless, let me know in the comments. It'll be fascinating to see what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to do it in today. I really appreciate your support. Also, if you did take the time to click that subscribe button. I know it's ambitious, but we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October, so every one of those clicks especially helps. Also, the critical feedback is also appreciated if you take the time to comment. I always try to take the time, even if it's a day or 2 late, to read and respond to your comments, because I do appreciate the feedback as we try to make the show better and better. Also, lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.